Good morning. It's Saturday the 13th, and it's the feast of St. Anthony of Padua, a saint who is very special to me. He is my confirmation saint. And, probably because he's Italian. But he was a great doctor of the church. When you're 8 years old, who cares about doctors of the church? And he was ordained a priest at the age of 19. Imagine that. Entered the Canons Regular of the Holy Cross, better known to us as the guys who run Notre Dame. But in his ministry, he hears that the first Franciscan martyrs have been made in Morocco. And so he petitions to leave the Holy Cross Fathers, to become a Franciscan, and to pilgrimage into the Holy Land, fully expecting to give his life to Christ. He got sick along the way, so that didn't happen. He had to come back and recover. And from there, he continued his studies. He was a brilliant man, well-learned in Scripture, well-learned in sacred theology, and also well-grounded with regular people. He wasn't afraid to talk to people who thought differently than he did. Imagine that. There's one story of a heretic who doesn't believe in the Eucharist, who brings up a scrawny mule and says, "Prove to me that there's something special about the Eucharist." Well, St. Anthony pulls out a bale of hay, the thing that this animal wants more than anything, and he holds up the Eucharist. And the story goes that he ignores the hay and bows to the Eucharist. I don't know if it's true or not, but I think it shows his willingness to work with people who didn't agree with him to bring them to Christ. Another occasion, he said to be eating with another group of heretics. This is a little more aggressive. They put poison in his food, but he recognizes it. He says, "Why have you poisoned my food? I thought I was your guest." And they said, "Well, doesn't it say in Scripture, and I think it's St. Mark's Gospel, that they will drink poison and nothing will happen to them?" And he said, "Sure." He said the prayer, blessed the food, ate and drank with them. Nothing happened. Again, a move to bring people towards him. And then there is, excuse me, then there's probably my favorite thing about St. Anthony. Well, first of all, I've got my little St. Anthony relic on my desk at all times. It's a medal with a piece of fabric run across his body, what we call a second-class relic, and a prayer to St. Anthony that I can't read without my glasses, so you take my word for it. But my favorite prayer to St. Anthony is the one that my Italian grandmother taught me. You ready for this? "Tony, Tony, look around. Something's lost and must be found." St. Anthony is the patron saint of lost things. And my mother, being a convert, didn't really believe in all this Catholic mumbo-jumbo. And she had lost a diamond ring. Been gone for months and months, and she searched everywhere, literally turned her house upside down. And I said, Mom, why don't you ask Tony? And she said, that's a bunch of nonsense. And she prayed the prayer to St. Anthony. And the next morning, the ring was sitting, she has a oval top sink in her bathroom, and the ring was sitting right at the base of the sink on the counter. Now, I don't know that St. Tony left heaven and moved my mother's ring, but just the prayer, asking, opening ourselves up to the possibility, gives us a new way of seeing the world. And in my mom's case, it worked. And my sister's very happy for that. God bless you all.